Hey, how's it going, guys? It is Olivier. I hope that you had some wonderful holidays because today, to start the year in strength, I'll share with you my full stock portfolio update for the month of January 2024. As you can understand, I'll only be talking about the different companies and stocks that I have in my portfolio, but I won't be talking about the different ETFs and crypto that I also have in it. Plus, for those that will know, I've also made an important purchase at the end of 2023 where I've bought my first triplex, which means that I haven't made any big transactions throughout the last month of December 2023. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at my stock portfolio in detail sector by sector to see what are the different companies that I have in it. Starting out with the technology sector, you can see that I have multiple GAFAMs such as Apple, Meta, Google, and Amazon, as well as the famous Tesla and Rumble, which is a direct competitor of YouTube, as well as the e-commerce company Shopify. And so when we compare what is the average price that I've paid for these companies for the last couple of years with their current price, you can see that I've made some great important gains on all of these companies except for Rumble that has been down by about 80%. An important fact to understand also is that most of these companies represent some important stake in my portfolio, notably with Meta that represents about 15% of my total assets. Now jumping out to the energy sector, you can find that I have two of the biggest Canadian energy companies with Enbridge and Pembina, and in total you can see that over the last couple of months and years they have been all positive, where Enbridge has gained about 11% of value and Pembina has gained close to 70% of value, and this isn't including all the dividend income that I've generated from these two companies. For the financial sector, you can see that I have four of the biggest Canadian banks as well as an insurance company with Manulife, and over the last couple of months and years you can see that all of these companies have been gaining some interesting value, notably with BMO as well as for Manulife. And what is interesting with Manulife is that all the dividend income that I'm able to generate is directly reinvested in new shares. It means that during the last month only I've gained about 4 shares of Manulife only from the dividend. For the communication sector, you can see that I have two of the biggest telecommunication companies in Canada with Bell and TELUS, but unfortunately you can see that both of them over the last couple of years have been doing some negative progress in terms of their valuation. The only good point about these two companies is that they are all giving some interesting dividend income that comes offset a certain portion of the total loss that I have with them. But the scenario is quite different with my consummation company Couche-Tard that has gained over 112% of value over the last couple of years. And in terms of my only materials company, which is Savaria, you can see that I've made a slight gain of about 10% over the last couple of months and years. What is also interesting is that despite some important decrease in the total valuation over the last couple of months, my important stake in the real estate investment trust company Raucan has been booming with some total return of about 40% during that period, where this REIT is also giving some interesting monthly dividend income to their different shareholders. And to finish, my super small stake in the 5 and Plus company hasn't been doing that great over the last couple of years, where it has been down by about 22% during that period. And this makes that over the last couple of years, I've made a total non-realized profit of about $27,000 on my initial investment of about $75,000. This represents a total return that isn't including all the dividend income that I've made of about 36% on my portfolio that is currently worth over $102,000. And now when it comes to the sectoral distribution of my portfolio, you can see that the largest sector is the technology sector that represents about 47% of my total assets. And after you find the energy sector, the communication sector, the consummation sector, as well as the materials sector. And to finish, my small stake in 5 and Plus represents only about 0.36% of my portfolio. Plus, as I told you earlier, with the acquisition of my new triplex, I haven't invested any types of money in the stock market throughout the month of December because this new real estate acquisition has made that I have needed to put a lot of money up front with my down payment and for other different expenses. But over the next couple of months, I'll slowly but surely start to reinvest in the stock market in the form of ETFs and stocks. So on your side, if you have some liquidity aside right now and that you're looking for the best stocks to invest in right now at the beginning of 2024, well, check out the video that's going to be right over here and I will see you soon. Peace!